sweetheart. Everything is going our way. There is no need to be nervous.
Who said I was nervous?
Well, the twirling of the hair is a dead giveaway.
Fine. Craig, what if Allie blows it tomorrow? What if she goes nuts right then and there at the arbitration?
Sweetheart, she's not going to. She's got way too much riding on this.
Let me remind you that so do we. Either things run smoothly and Mike is fired, or Allie goes completely wacko and tells the truth. And let me remind you, Craig, it was us who convinced her to file this lawsuit in the first place.
Why the big smile, Allison?
Why shouldn't I smile, Mother? I'm about to get everything I ever wanted.
Well, if your shift is over, I'd like to take you to dinner. We need to discuss our strategy for the arbitration.
No, there's nothing to discuss, Mother. I'm gonna win. End of story.
Austin, if you care anything about Carrie...
I do. And I always will, a lot more than you do. The hell that Carrie's going through right now is your fault. And I really hope Allie wins a lawsuit. I hope you get it, buddy. You're gonna get it in spades. And I pray that Carrie wakes up and realizes what a heartless jerk that you really are.
Hey, have you seen Carrie? No, not for a few hours, Mike. Nance?
No. Mike, things are kind of tough for you, aren't they?
Kind of tough, Nancy.
Is there anything we can do?
You're going to live with Austin?
Yeah, he asked me to move into the Kyriakis guest house with him so we can both keep an eye on Will.
Congratulations, Sammy. You actually had me believing that you wanted Austin and me to work out our problems. But that was just an act, wasn't it? I mean, you've wanted Austin all along.
Wait a second. You couldn't possibly be accusing me and Austin of betraying you, could you?
What would you call it?
Carrie, Austin and I are not lovers. You are the one who betrayed your marriage vows.
Well, I am sure that you would jump in bed with him in a second if he would give you half a chance, wouldn't you?
Thank you for the dance card. I must say you waltz beautifully.
It was my pleasure, Your Highness.
Principessa. So wonderful to see you again. It has been years.
Fräulein Schultz, I'd like to introduce a very dear friend of mine. Herr Kurt Schwengel. Son of a German count, I might add.
Of course. I knew your father. Charming man. And tell me, Gina, how is your precious Greta?
As lovely as ever, thank you.
Ah, wonderful. Please give her my best. My husband is waving me over. I will see you all later.
Kurt. I would give anything to see my Greta again. I say I'm impressed with your dancing, Brady. Not to mention the way you've handled yourself this evening.
I may have started out in the Merchant Marine, but I've learned a few things since then.
Obviously.
Feels good to hold you in my arms again. As friends.
Of course, what else?
Bonsoir, monsieur. Mademoiselle?
Bonsoir. I'm Eric Brady. This is Greta Von Amberg. I believe we have reservations.
Mademoiselle von Amberg, I am honored to make your acquaintance. Your mother is here. Will you be sitting with the princess, or do you prefer a table of your own?
Well, we should at least say hello, but we'll wait until she's finished dancing.
Remember not to tell Hope that we have the compact. We don't want her to know that, or that we found this key inside of it. We'll just have to tell Bo about it later.
Oh, also remember that she has no idea that we know she's been transformed into Gina, so let's see how good our acting skills are.
Uncle Bo? Hope?
Oh, my. This is a surprise. Hi.
We never expected to see the two of you in Paris.
This is an incredible coincidence.
Yes.
What are you two doing here?
Well, we're having dinner.
Then I insist that they have to join us. You must join us,
Absolutely.
please. Greta, it's... I'm just so happy to see you again.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
I should have spent more time with her, Kurt. My precious daughter. If only I hadn't been so distracted by my own social life.
I'm sure she knows you love her, Your Highness.
Yes, of course. Well, anyway, once John arrives, we are going to fly straight to New Orleans and pick up Greta. And take her to our island. Ah, yes. Finally, we will have the life that we have planned for. The life that we have waited for. Oh. Yes, John. Our dream is going to come true. You, Greta, and I. I'm never going to leave my little girl again.
Merci.
Imagine my surprise when the maitre d' told me that my mother was here.
It's amazing. Everyone here thinks she's the princess. So we're going along with it, pretending that she's really Princess Gina von Amberg. I think we'll get more leads that way.
Sounds like a pretty good idea.
So, what are you two doing in Paris?
Well, actually, it was my idea. I thought it was time that I helped Greta solve the mystery of what happened to her mother.
And? Have you learned anything?
No, not yet, but we're not giving up.
It's odd. And here we are, and there's absolutely no trace of her whatsoever.
I wish you could remember your time as Gina, especially at Maison Blanche.
Why Maison Blanche?
Well, we think that is when Demara gave you Princess Gina's memories, after she died.
Or before.
Before she died.
Well, yeah, it's, I kind of have this theory that maybe Princess Gina was there with you when the transformation all began.
It's an interesting theory. What do you think, Hope?
I honestly don't recall. And then again, Stefano went to great lengths to make sure I wouldn't remember anything at that time.
Maybe your theory's wrong, Eric. I mean, with the condition my mother was in,
What condition?
after Stefano took John away from my mother, she fell apart. I realize now it was because my mother had lost John.
I mean, she was depressed, right?
Actually, no, it was worse than that. It was as if my mother suffered some sort of mental breakdown.
It is absolutely impossible.
I wouldn't be too smug, Allison. This lawsuit isn't over yet.
It's in the bag, Mother. Once I expose Carrie and Mike's sordid little affair, I'll have the arbitrator eating out of my hand. God, I can't wait to drag Mike's name through the mud. And more importantly, finish what I started with Carrie.
Allison, what on earth did you start with Carrie?
Ruining her career, of course.
Darling, please, forget about this vendetta against Carrie. You need to focus on the facts. That's what's most important now.
Don't worry, Mom.
But I do.
I have my priorities straight, okay?
I hope so.
In fact, I think I'll score some more points for myself right now.
I just need to find Carrie.
Mike, she should be back at some point.
Yeah. Say, Mike, what does Mickey say your chances with the arbitrator are tomorrow?
He's optimistic. So am I.
Good. Good, because, you know, we're behind you all the way, buddy.
Well, yeah, I know that. I mean, I am gonna call on you to testify for me, Craig.
Yeah, Mike, you need to know that, well, Allie's lawyer's also calling on me.
Why? I mean, what could you possibly do to help Allie's case?
I'm calling to fill you in with some good news. You made it. You're on the list. You're now officially in the running for head nurse.
How do you know?
Let's just say, I've got my ways. But listen, Mike hasn't seen that list yet, so I advise you to take advantage of this opportunity and score as many points as you can with the chief of staff, without seeming to be pushing for the job. Understand? Look, Mike, Allie's probably calling on everyone from the hospital, whoever gave her a friendly hello. There's no need to worry, really. I'm gonna tell the truth. Excuse me.
What's this, Mike? You pressuring Craig and Nancy?
That's your style, Allie, not mine.
I suggest you stop wasting your time trying to drum up support and do something useful instead. Like cleaning out your office.
I don't see why I'd do that, since I plan on being here for years to come.
Yeah, well, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans, Doctor. Isn't that right, Craig?
So, what's going on?
You tell me, Austin. Sammy's been playing compassionate truce maker for weeks. And you led me to believe that you wanted to give our marriage a chance, but all the while you're making plans to live with her.
That's not true. I came up with the idea the other day.
Why didn't you mention that in our counseling session, Austin? Didn't you think that your plan to move in with my sister might affect us just a tad?
I went to the counselor hoping for the best, but as you know, that didn't happen.
Because you walked out before we could resolve anything.
Wait, Carrie, can you blame me? You can't deny that you're in love with Mike, and as for me living with Sammy, we're gonna be living in a 2-bedroom guest house at my mom's, so we can keep an eye on Will, so we could be close to him.
Sammy, why can't you give up this ridiculous lie that Lucas is a danger to Will? You and I both know he never hit Will. And one of these days, Austin will know it too.
You're out of line, Carrie.
Oh, and when he finally does realize the truth, Sammy, I pity you. Because I have learned firsthand that Austin is not a forgiving man.
God, Kurt, look who's here.
Ah, Principessa, it's been too long since you've graced us with your presence.
How lovely to see you, Richard.
May I have this dance?
I suppose one little dance could not hurt. Excuse me.
You're even more stunning than I remember. You should have accepted my proposal, you know.
Even though I do not love you.
Love is so overrated. I could have made you very happy.
I am terribly flattered, but honestly, I am the happiest woman in the entire world.
Seriously, Principessa, how can a woman be happy without a man to love? A man who loves her even more in return.
That is a secret I will keep for myself.
Why don't we finish our coffee, Eurydice?
All right. First, I must freshen up my lipstick. Damn it. What happened to my compact?
Use this.
Hope, do you know something about what happened to Princess Gina?
No. But, I can't imagine that she would have any sort of breakdown. I mean, from what I've heard about Princess Gina, she was a very strong, very independent woman. Most certainly not the type that would fall apart over losing a friend.
John and my mother were more than friends. I didn't realize it when I was growing up because I thought he was a priest. But John feels that that was some sort of cover he used when he was working for Stefano. He has memories of being with my mother in Capri, of giving her a gift. He feels that the two of them were lovers.
Even if that were true, I still find it extremely difficult to believe that Gina would have a mental breakdown over losing John. That's ridiculous. She must have had dozens of men in her life.
No.
No?
Lily said that she had one true love of her life, a secret love. And as far as being a strong person, I consider myself a strong person, and when I thought I had lost you, when I thought you were dead, I fell apart, lost my will to live. Lucky for me, I had the support of our families, and Sean D, a reason to go on.
But my mother had no one. I was away at boarding school.
But you came to visit her, Greta.
I remember the last time I saw my mom. She hardly acknowledged my presence. She stayed in bed the entire time, as if she was lost in her own world. Now I know why. Because Stefano had taken John away from her.
Stevie, please. Do not take this out on John. He is not responsible for this. I am.
I warned you. Gina, I warned you what would happen if you were disloyal to me again. And unlike you, Gina, I always keep my word.
Hope? Do you have any memories of Princess Gina having a mental breakdown?
Nope. No, not at all. That's why I think that your theory is absolutely wrong.
But how can you be so sure? Unless you remember all of the real Princess Gina's feelings.
Okay, since you still won't listen to your own sister, you probably won't listen to me, but I happen to know from experience that Lucas is a danger to Will.
Fine. I don't want to belabor this. Sammy, Kate must be thrilled that you're moving back in.
She's out of town for a few days.
Oh, so the old Sammy is back. Going behind Kate's back to get what you want?
For good reason, Carrie. I want to keep Kate and Lucas off guard so that they'll slip up.
About what?
Well, they're obviously hiding something about Franco's murder. If they're responsible for putting me on death row, they are going to pay.
And you're going to accept Kate's hospitality just so you can plot against her. You must be very proud of yourself, Austin. Choosing Sammy over your wife first, now your own mother.
Well, I better start moving this stuff to the car.
Austin, I am sorry. The last thing I wanted to do was create more tension between you
It's
and
not your
Carrie.
fault, Sammy. This has been building since we went to counseling.
But you're still not going to give up on the marriage, are you?
Speak up, Craig. Mike shouldn't plan to be in his job for very long now, should he?
My only hope is that the two of you resolve this quickly and you put all your hard feelings behind you.
Besides, the bottom line is that this is between the two of you.
But it's not. It's not anymore. A lot of people are being hurt by this thing, so why don't you put an end to it? Why don't you drop it before this hospital is torn apart any more than it already has been?
If the hospital is suffering, it's your fault, Mike.
You conjured up this whole damn mess to get back at me for rejecting you. You were delusional. You are vindictive.
I was sexually harassed by you, Mike, and I have every intention of proving
You
it.
can't prove something that didn't happen.
Just because I want justice, you make me out to be some kind of monster, but we're gonna see who the real monster is tomorrow.
Out of here. Now, or I'll have you escorted out.
Fine, I got what I wanted.
Oh, so you set up this little confrontation to get a little more free press, Miss Queen of the Media? Is that it?
No, of course not. I mean, Mike, why do you always insist on thinking the worst of me?
I got better things to do.
Hey, remember, I know the truth. And I'm gonna let the whole world know it tomorrow. Every ugly, sordid detail.
What's wrong, Your Highness?
My makeup is a mess.
You're so beautiful. You don't need makeup.
Sweet of you to say. But a good night's sleep will do me wonders. So, tell me, Kurt, what do you have planned for us for tomorrow? Oh, can we go cruising on the yacht?
Whatever the princess desires. But I do have to go to the house in Paris to pick up those items you requested.
Yes, good. And while you're there, open up the windows, air the place out. It must be a fright being closed up for so long. Go on, run along. We'll have the whole day tomorrow to sail.
But Your Highness...
But nothing. I will be fine. Do not worry. I will see you in the morning, Kurt.
If you insist.
I do insist. And thank you for a very lovely evening. Tomorrow. Yes. Tomorrow, John will come for me. And we will sail off into the sunset, just like in my dreams. Oh, yes, what a splendid day tomorrow will be. No, I don't remember everything, but the memory flashes I've had of Princess Gina's life, I mean, she has always been in complete control.
Well, sometimes even the craziest people can appear to be very sane.
I believe my mother was losing touch with reality.
Very good reason for Demara to replace her. And he had an excellent look-alike in you.
Even if Princess Gina was alive when Stefano gave you all of her memories, what happened to her after that?
Knowing Damara, he got rid of her. I mean, he had Hope impersonating her, doing his dirty work for him, so he probably got rid of her.
I've just kind of gotten tired.
I'll take you home.
No. You stay here with Greta and Eric and enjoy their company. I'll have Henri call a car for me.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Henri? Good night.
Good night. Thank you. Had a lovely evening. Good night.
Good night.
She says she has no memories of a mental breakdown.
She's exactly the way I remember my mother in happier times.
Yeah, well, Hope is inside that woman somewhere.
How are we gonna get her back?
I've got to convince her that Damara not only created her, but eventually he will destroy her.
What's the point? She's in love with Mike.
Austin, I still think maybe
It's
you could
over. Okay? It's over. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just want to concentrate on protecting Will. Keeping my eye on Lucas.
Okay. Me too.
And don't forget about our conversation last week.
I remember.
You have to make the first move. You have to do it before we move into the guest house.
Austin, I don't know if I can do it. I mean, maybe I could just think about it after I've moved in.
Absolutely not. Our plan doesn't work unless you do it now.
And won't everyone be stunned to learn that noble Dr. Mike, the very pillar of society, is in fact a sexual predator?
You might want to cut your losses, Allie. It's not only my reputation that's on the line tonight. Everybody, I apologize for the distraction. This entire mess will be resolved tomorrow, and we can get back to giving our undivided attention to the patients.
Thank you so much for your support. Thank you.
We were just trying to be unbiased, Allie.
Whatever. Guess I'll just have to do damage control by myself then.
Allie.
God, I knew it. We're doomed. We are up a creek without a paddle.
Relax. Claire, I want you to guarantee us right now that your lovely little Allison is not going to blow the whistle on us.
I want it too. We have been nothing but kind and supportive to that girl. On more occasions than I care to recall, we have kept her from going over the edge, Claire.
Yes, he's right. And I'll be damned if I'm going to lose my career because your little girl goes nuts and takes me down with Mike. I want your word that you're going to protect us, Claire.
Cut my losses, Dr. Horton. You're the one who should be backing down, but of course you won't. And that is just fine with me. Because I'm going to win. And in the process, I am going to make you suffer as much as humanly possible. And as for you, Carrie, dear, oh, I have very special plans for you. Would you like to hear them? All right, if you insist, I'll fill you in. Listen carefully.
Carrie.
Mike, please.
Listen to me. Don't panic about Allie's threats. I'll make sure nothing about our relationship comes out in the arbitration.
How can you stop it, Mike? Allie's determined to humiliate you, and I'm afraid that she might succeed. You know, maybe we deserve this.
Don't say that. You can't believe that. Listen to me. Listen. Allie's out of control. She's carrying out a vendetta against me. She's hurting a lot of innocent people in the process. Most of them are patients in this hospital, and it's my duty to protect them. And it's my life to protect you.
I'm sorry. It's been a terrible day that just keeps getting worse.
How did the counseling session go with Austin?
I thought that he wanted to work on our marriage, but he stormed out of the therapist office in the middle of the session. And then I learned that he and Sammy are moving into Kate's guest house. And now this.
It's a big decision, I know that. But there's no point in putting it off.
You're right. Okay. I'll do it.
Great, then it's set.
Austin, I just hope you're not sorry that you asked me. I mean, if you want to change your mind, I
I
understand.
won't. Hey, it's gonna be like living at Tracy's. But this time there'll be nothing to fear.
I want you to promise me that Allie is not going to destroy me.
The only people Allie wants to destroy are Mike and Carrie.
Claire, Allie is still in love with Mike. She will do anything to be with him.
And Allie knows that Mike hates her for filing this lawsuit.
Exactly. So what if she decides to blame this whole idea for the lawsuit on someone else, namely Nancy or myself? Or you, Claire? Allie could very well claim that I want Mike out because I'm next in line for chief of staff. Or she could say that you forced her to file the lawsuit because you saw dollar signs.
Excuse me.
All of which we know is not true. But if Allie were to claim it, some people might believe her.
I suppose you do have a point.
Mm-hmm.
We all know how unpredictable she is.
Yes.
Just keep an eye on your daughter, Claire. Make sure she's focused on winning the lawsuit, not Mike.
I know that, Craig. I promise to do my best. That's all I can do.
I want this over, Craig. I want this over now.
Don't worry. It'll be over soon enough. We just have to make sure Claire keeps her daughter from going over the deep end.
Get this, Carrie. Mike's gonna lose the lawsuit. But he's not gonna have to suffer alone because I'm gonna be there to console him. And you're gonna get exactly what you deserve. Loneliness, misery, and unemployment.
No, I will stand by Mike no matter what happens. You're the one that's going to lose, Allie. And it's about time you face the fact that Mike will never love you. Never. Yes, he will.
Once you're out of the way. Bye-bye, Blondie. Bye-bye, Blondie.
Damn it, Carrie, you're not alone. I am here for you.
But Mike, our lives are such a mess, and all because we were selfish.
We made a mistake. We should have waited for you to leave Austin before we made love. But that's between you and me and Austin. It's nobody else's business.
Well, people are trying to make it their business.
I will not let you pay for a mistake by having your name dragged through the mud in Allie's lawsuit. I will sacrifice anything to protect you, Carrie. I love you more than you can ever possibly know. It's okay. Just let me hold you. It's okay. It's okay.
You are just as beautiful as your mother, Greta.
Thank you.
We are thrilled to have Princess Gina back in Paris, where she belongs.
Gina might belong in Paris, but Hope belongs back in Salem with Beau.
Well, if anyone can reach the real hope inside of this creation of Stefano, it'll be Beau.
I just hope he can do it before her life spins out of control.
Or ends, like the real Princess Gina's did.
I see. Oh, how I do adore Patty. Being back with John and Greta again will give me all the excitement one woman could ever desire. Life is absolutely nothing without the one you love beside you. Oh, yes. Kurt is absolutely right. I am beautiful. What if Greta is right? That her mother was more than just depressed when John was taken from her. If she truly did descend into madness, and if she did, my God, could I possibly inherit that? I have all of her feelings, her emotions. If only I knew what happened to the real Princess Gina. My God, what the hell did Stefano do to her? And will he possibly do the same to me for trying to escape with John? Steffi, is that you? It's crazy. I'm starting to hear things.
It's me.
Come on, it's me. Beau.
On the next Days of Our Lives.
I got a little nervous when I walked in here and found you passed out on the floor.
I saw someone up there behind the drapes.
How could you lie to me?
Just what is it that you think you know about me, Brandon?
That you come from the trashy side of the tracks? I can't imagine a worse nightmare than Austin living here.
Good morning. What the hell are you